Hi, thank you for watching the kids for me. I really appreciate it. I'm sure you are very busy with exams coming up.
It's no problem, they're still a week away and the kids were on their best behavior. We watched movies and they really enjoyed Tangled.
Tangled. As in the new Disney movie about Rapunzel.
Yep, that's the one. They were so amazed by it. It was as if they had never watched a Disney movie before.
That's because they haven't.
What? Why haven't they ever watched Disney?
Because it is forbidden in my house.
I don't understand. What could be wrong with Disney?
Disney movies are made by sexist pigs that are more interested in perpetuating their own twisted senses of the world on the impressionable minds of our young than entertaining their audience. I refuse to let my children be exposed to movies that would put women in the home and make them clean all day long while the man is off saving damsels in distress.
I don't think their main goal is to convince children that girls are useless.
But that's exactly what they are saying. No Disney female has ever saved the day. Snow White, Sleeping Beauty, and Cinderella, the man always came to rescue them. It's just an ego trip by a bunch of men in their midlife crisis wishing for the good old days back.
That's not completely true. In the Rapunzel movie we just saw, the girl saved the guy quite a bit. She even beat him up with a frying pan a couple of times.
A frying pan. Exactly. Those movies are too rigid in their gender roles. All the women look the same, beautiful with long hair, big innocent eyes, a tall slender frame and a small waist. And the men have violent tempers with huge bodybuilder muscles and strong facial features. Just a bunch of testosterone junkies.
Whoa, now it's appearance? Okay, so the girls all look the same for the most part, but that's because most of the girls have some hardship they have to overcome even though they are this picture of beauty. Disney is trying to tell you that it's not all about being beautiful, personality is important too, and that personality is what makes a person beautiful. As for the men, not all of them are so hyper-masculine as you seem to think. Some are thin as bones while others are very large and even more are slender and agile.
But they are all still so perfect. They can sing and dance. Little animals flock to them from all over and they help them do all of these impossible tasks. When has a deer ever done anything but eat flowers and wreck cars? I can't get my dog to bring me the remote, much less wash the dishes.
First of all, the women can sing because majority of Disney movies are musicals and the requirement for musicals is that the cast sings. As for dancing, the females are princesses and as the next generation to the throne and they have to have formal dance lessons to keep the up appearances of being a royal. For those that haven't, it's easy to learn the waltz. It's only 3 beats.
And animals? Do you have a logical explanation for that?
I do actually, and it is simply make-believe.
Excuse me?
Just listen. Disney movies are animated movies, am I right?
Yes, and your point is...
Well, it's fake. Animals don't really talk, but it would be nice if they did. Who hasn't wondered what their pet was thinking at some point in time? Disney is simply the product of all those dreams of children looking into their dog's eyes wondering what they would say if they could talk. There is nothing harmful about hopes and dreams. In fact, they are very important for kids because without those qualities people become mindless zombies that barely get by.
Well, in any case, I don't want my children watching such highly gendered movies as these. They will get a preconceived idea about what guys and girls are supposed to look like when the majority of people do not fit these stereotypes.
How is that bad exactly? The main audience of Disney movies are young children. 3 or 5-year-olds need those specific gender identifiers, that way they are able to distinguish between who is a boy and who is a girl. If they weren't so distinct, children wouldn't be able to tell. It's the same reason why baby girls usually have pink things and boys have blue.
Forcing children to view these things can cause psychological effects and they will end up having to go to therapy when they are old because they are confused about what to do about their gender.
That is just ridiculous. We both have grown up with specific gender roles to perform and neither of us have had any trouble adjusting to society or accepting our gender. Aside from that, kids have a very short attention span. 1 minute they could be diligently watching the movie, and the next they could be begging to go outside to play in the dirt. Entertainment is the only purpose of Disney movies for young children. It's parents and academia that give them different meanings. Maybe you should spend more time watching these movies with your kids and see how much they enjoy them. That way you know for yourself that there are no subliminal messages attempting to turn kids into the next Stepford Wives.
Who are you to tell me what I should do with my children? I gave birth to them and I will raise them how I choose to, regardless of what you have to say.
How can something as innocent as singing in a forest to woodland animals spark such hatred and fear of people? I worry about the parents of today. They are so concerned about their children that they smother them and keep them from having a normal life. I feel bad for those children. I hope their parents realize soon that movies are for entertainment, not to change a person's life.